Welcome, this is 𝗫𝗫𝗃𝗃. If you're interested in learning how to collage on your notebook or journal cover, this is the video for you. I take you through my process of how I gathered and chose all this ephemera, and then I go ahead and put the design together. So stay tuned, I hope you enjoy the video. And now on with the collaging. The Stalogy B5 uses a paper that's proprietary to Stalogy. It resembles Tombow River paper, but it's got a little bit more of a tooth to it. It's still lovely paper to write on. I really like it. And so I chose the B5. I do have an A5, which is about half the size of a B5 that I was going to use for my tarot journal, but I want something bigger so I can take more notes and have more deco in it. So the B5 it is. Now, for the deco, I've got all these little loose stickers and bits of ephemera that I've had in my collection, and some of this stuff is really, really old. Like this eye, it literally is like 8 years old. I'm not kidding. And, you know, a friend sent me this because she knows I like purple. So there's stuff like that I'd like to include. There are all these little tarot stickers from various kits and AliExpress or Temu. And these are really cool. These are card. This comes from 𝗁𝗏𝗃𝗃 Crafts. I may want to use that, especially since it goes so well with the chrysanthemum. And then we've got this I took off of 𝗃𝗍𝗃𝗍𝗃.com. It's a place you can get copyright-free photos for your journals and stuff. I highly recommend it. And then I have these from little kits I've bought over the years. So thought of using one of those. And then I've got these from tarot decks and oracle decks I no longer use, but I really love the artwork. So I kept them to use in, you know, my own spreads and stuff and journal covers and whatnot. So I may put one of these on the cover. Some more loose stickers. I've got this just because I want to use this bit right here. And I've got these. And this. Will they all go on the cover? No. Of course not. I just like to pull out a variety, like I said in my brief intro, because you just don't know. As you start laying stuff down, you don't really know what's going to look good together and what isn't. Although I do know, I mean, look at that. Isn't that cute or what? So, and this goes well with it too. So I was thinking these would be 3 main elements. You know, maybe the High Priestess card on account of the purple in it. This comes from the Sacred Circle Tarot. So, and that's still in publication, by the way. I used it tons, but I just got tired of it. So I decided to save some of the imagery to use in collages. Now, this is the 3 of Wands. This is all about looking off to the horizon, being hopeful of better opportunities coming in. So I thought that would be apropos for the cover of a tarot journal, just based upon the meaning of the card. I've got this Shine Bright. I thought of using that. I thought of using this as a label and writing on it Tarot 2026. I don't know. I love this. So again, I'm just going to toss things around and kind of see what I want to do with it. Now, in collage, you do have to be careful when you use larger images. You don't have too many. I do have 3 here. To the eye, things look better in odd numbers. So 1, 3, 5, 7. So I was thinking I might be able to get away with using all 3 of these on the cover. I'm not sure. So this I would just trim down. This I can't trim down, and this, neither this, but maybe something like this. You see? I could do that. That would theoretically work. So then that would mean I can't use any of these. Unless I were to cut them apart. Because on this card, I wanted to use the image of Stonehenge with the portal through it. I thought that was really cool. And these I'm not going to be able to use. I'll set those aside. See, right away you can start to eliminate things. This is washi tape. This is what's on the washi tape. It's really wide. It's probably, oh, it's a good 4 inches. Yeah, it's a good 4 inches wide. And I thought about laying it down first and putting the collage on top, since this is black and white. You know, I thought it might make the ephemera pop a bit more, but I don't think so. I think it's going to make it look too busy. I just want to kind of, and it's forgiving. It'll pop right off the cover if I lay it on there. I just keep it on the roll and not press very hard. I also wouldn't want this part of the washi. I want another part, the part that's got the butterfly and the floral on it. That's actually not too bad. But is that what I want to do? I don't think so, because these elements are so big, you know, and even though the B5 cover is really large, I don't want it to look cluttered. Okay, so this idea did not work, at least not in this context, but I can always use that for something else. I'll just slide it under here. Out of sight, out of mind. And I want this up at the top just because it's kind of, you know, it kind of reminds me of a sun a bit, with the way the petals all radiate out from the center. I'm going to trim this. I'm definitely going to use her, the High Priestess card. Yeah. So how is everyone doing? Is it really cold where you're at? And where are you at? If you would just drop a comment, let me know. I would love to know where y'all come from. Of course, you know from the description on my video, if you read it, I am in Houston, Texas. That is where I make my home with my husband of 31 years. And we have a 6-year-old Australian Shepherd named Magic. That is spelled with a CK. And we have a 13-and-a-half-year-old Chartreuse cat named Blue Star, who just had her vet visit yesterday, and we found out her kidneys are starting to go. She's only 13. So I've got her on a supplement for that now, and I am hoping we can prolong her life as long as is comfortably possible for her. I definitely do not want my little baby to suffer, but it's kind of heart-wrenching, you know. She's such an awesome kitty. She comes when called. I mean, she's, oh, there's a stone circle. She's better at that than Magic is. Seriously. I'll take them both out in the backyard, you know, and then when it's time to go in, I'll be, okay, come on, girls. Time to go in the house. Come on, girls. And Blue Star is heading right to the door, and Magic's just out there wandering around in the yard, you know, doing her thing. And I'm like, Magic! But the cat is better at coming than the dog. That looks a lot better trimmed, does it not? And I could put it like this. I don't want to trim this because this is black, and if I take it down to the black, or even if I leave, maybe if I leave an outline, but I don't like to leave outlines. What I think I'll do is just round the corners of it. I do own a corner rounder. As to where it is, that's anyone's guess right now. So I'm just going to kind of wing it. I love these scissors. I got these scissors at Michael's years and years ago, and I assumed since they didn't have any insignia on them, they were the Michael's brand. And I went back there, I don't know how long ago it's been now, probably a year, to get another pair. And I thought I bought the exact same scissors, just a different color. The other ones are white, but they don't cut nearly as well as these. And I mean, and look at that. I've never had to sharpen these ever. And these are old, man. I've had these like 10 years, maybe longer, probably longer. Oh, that looks a whole lot better. See? Those little tweaks, little tweaks. Don't be afraid when you're doing your collages to cut your images down just a little bit. You know, they fit better. Look at this. Oh, I love this. Maybe put this. If you hear a ticking sound, that's a candle I've got burning off to my left. Now, I do want to get this on here. And I don't really care for the poppies and all that anyway. And what deck was this from? Oh, this is from a self-published deck. I don't remember which one. And it never really resonated well with me. Or maybe I did not resonate well with it. I don't know. The deck would probably say that. So I've kept the images I liked the most to use in collages like this. And again, I don't want to cut all the way down to the butterfly's body because it's a monarch, it has a black outline, and it would get lost against the background here of the journal cover. Now, this will give me a fourth large element on my cover. Remember, I said the brain likes to see things in thirds. So I may have to do something about that. I'm going to trim these off to the clouds. And you know, you don't have to cut this exact, because I mean, they're clouds. You don't have to cut it exactly like how it is on the card. Just give it that jagged little edge that clouds have. And that's it. See? You can't tell that I cut them out all wrong, now can you? I'm going to need something else up here blue because this is really clashing now. So let me look through my stuff right quick for something blue. You know, in collage, that's what you do too. You use shape, size, and color. That's how I do it. This sticker comes from Lace and Whimsy. I think that'll look good. Look at that. And I'll write my title, you know, Tarot 2026 in here, probably with a thick gold brush pen. Something like this. Edding 1340 metallic brush pen. This gold is really, really a nice, beautiful color. And I can also use it on the paper in here. It does not bleed through, which is amazing. And that's the brush point. brush tip. This was popped in my bag as a freebie for one of my shopping expeditions to Little Craft Place. I think they put this in there on National Stationery Day of 2025. I think that's when I got that. But I love it. I will have to buy a replacement when this dries out because this is a fabulous pen. Now we have this. And you're probably thinking that's an overkill with the purple. Well, it is my favorite color. I mean, if you've seen my hair, seen most of my clothes. I mean, today I'm wearing yellow. Yellow is the complementary color of purple. That's why this sticker pops so well. Although I really like this lunar moth right here, but it is a bit large. And I do have stickers of lunar moths, and I had them cut out and put, you know, all together, and I couldn't find them. That's so irritating. See, here's another blue image I can put up here too to kind of... Now this blue doesn't look so odd. You see what I did there? It just kind of pulls it together, and then you have all the purple in the center. I don't want to go too close to the spine. When you're decorating your journal covers like this, if you do, try to stay away from the spine by at the very least 1/4 of an inch, because every time you open your journal, anything you have within 1/4 inch of the spine is going to eventually pop off. So you don't want to get too close. When I do collage, it tends to be kind of busy. That's just how I am. I've always been a visual learner, and so I respond well when I see something that has a lot of visual interest to it, a lot of different things to look at, your eyes drawn to different areas. That's what I like. What do you think? Not sure about that. Let's see. Yeah, that doesn't really go, so I won't use it. This is a little large. I can cut it down. Plus, I really hate stickers with white borders. I make my own stickers. My stickers are borderless. You know, that's because that's how I prefer them. Where'd my scissors go? Oh, they're up here. Now, I have several options. I can just cut off the white. I can cut off to the smaller border interior here. I'm going to start by just cutting off the outer border. You can always cut off more, but you can't put it back together. So if you trim your stickers and all that like I do, keep that in mind. Start off by trimming the least little bit, and you can always go back in and take off more. I also take my time, and I am pulling on the sticker in the opposite direction, and I'm gently pulling with my scissors toward my left. So I'm pulling the sticker toward my right, pulling my scissors a little bit to the left to give myself as even a cut as possible, and there you go. I'm checking to make sure my phone's still recording. Yay. It's been temperamental lately. I think that looks good. The only thing I would change possibly is maybe putting this where the flower is. No, that doesn't work. This is better. I just wish that blue sky wasn't so bright. I could cut it all off, but I really like the clouds because it's just a reminder, not every reading is going to be coming up roses. A lot of them will be, but a lot of them will not. So there. So it's something like this. And then what I would do if I were not recording at the moment, I would take my phone before I do anything else and take a picture of this. Then I have a record of where everything goes. So as I remove it, I know which stickers to put where and how to layer them. Oh, the little sun sticker kind of flew off. But yeah, I think this is pretty much going to be it. So I'm going to pause the video here so I can take a photo, and then I'll be back to adhere all of this to the cover. I did want to put this on there somewhere, so I'm just going to go ahead and snip it off the page here. I bought these on Amazon. If I can find the link, my order, I will link to them below in the description. All of my Amazon links are affiliate links, meaning I get anywhere from 1% to 3%. And it's a nice little way for you to help support my channel and my work here. And I would very much appreciate it. You're also not paying any more than what anyone else would be in ordering that same item with a different link. Just so you know. I kind of want them here, but that kind of puts them too close. See, I don't want to get any closer than this. I couldn't remember if it was matte sticker or washi sticker. It is washi. The washi is semi-translucent. So if I put it on top of like here, whatever I put it on top of, I'm going to be able to see it through the sticker, pretty much. So I figured I'd put this sticker right here. So now that I have my picture, I will remove these, glue them down, and I'll come back and show you the finished product. Well, this is 𝗧𝗺𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃, and I'm just showing you I have my picture on my iPad of the design. And now, looking at my iPad that's up on my desk here, I'm able to duplicate my collage design exactly as I originally intended it to be. Now, when you get to this stage of your project, sometimes you might think, oh, this might look better in another spot. You may get some other ideas, so you may shift some things around. I didn't really do that with this project, so everything turned out just as I had originally designed my collage. The adhesives I showed are both by the company Tombow. I'm using their monoliquid adhesive mainly, and also their permanent adhesive, which is this thing here. It's very handy. I use that for the lighter paper, and then I'm using the heavier liquid glue for the heavier paper, like that Stonehenge there. And I believe I use it on the 𝗺𝗃 crafts card, and also definitely on the High Priestess image, because those are really thick cardstock from card decks. And so you have to be sure they're not going to pop off the cover. See, here I go with the liquid glue again. And this glue is just amazing. I highly recommend it. And I will, again, try to remember to link to it below. You can find it on Amazon. So, and I use it all the time. I've been using it for years. And things really do stay stuck with it. So see, here I am deciding, did I really want that pentagram down here at the bottom? And I'm like, yes, I do. So I'm going to put it on there. And then I have trouble getting the sticker off the backing, which happens because I trimmed off the edge. A lot of these stickers that have a really thick white border, they have that thick white border because there's actually a very tiny, tiny edge to them where the sticker ends, but the backing paper continues on. So you can actually get your fingernail underneath there or your scissors or whatever and pull that sticker right off the backing paper. But when you trim it, that goes away. So sometimes it can be a little bit of an effort, but it's well worth it, especially if white borders drive you crazy like they drive me crazy. And so here I am, making sure none of the elements come within a 1/4 inch of the spine of the notebook because, again, opening and closing that notebook continuously for a year or for however long you're going to use it, you are going to be causing a great deal of wear and tear along that spine. Anything within a 1/4 inch, if you're not using something like super glue, it's going to pop off eventually. So again, I just really want to make sure I don't get within that 1/4 inch boundary I've set for myself. And again, I'm deciding, well, I wanted this flower kind of underneath the high priestess, so I go ahead and add my adhesive. Now, I do have liquid adhesive on that high priestess image. It is removable for about the first 2 to, I don't know, I guess maybe about 5 minutes. So that allowed me to slide the flower underneath her image there. So that worked out. The permanent adhesive I use here, once that's down on paper, it's pretty much down on your paper. It's difficult to move it. Now, on a cover like this that has that semi-gloss surface, you can lift it up and move it if you want to. But if you're using that inside your journal, it's pretty much stuck for life. And here I am, finishing up my design, and now back to the actual recording. Here it is, all done. Oh, except for this. There's always something when you think you're all done with a project. Nope. All right, let's put on the finishing touch. Now remember, this is washi, it is semi-transparent. So I don't want to get the color part of the design on top of anything else, because you'll be able to see that underneath, the sticker underneath where I threw it, and there we go. And now it's finished. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think I need to add anything? It's kind of too late to remove. But there we go, and I'm going to write the title in here somehow, some way with my gold pen once I figure that out. If you'd like to see how I'm going to be journaling in this, drop a comment below. I'll be happy to share my tarot journaling process with you. I think for me that would be a lot of fun, something I've never done before. I would enjoy it, and I hope you would too. So let me know in the comments, and I can start a whole playlist on tarot journaling. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And if you've liked this video, please give it a like. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel and click on that little bell when it comes up and does its little dance, because that is prompting you to sign up for notifications of when I post. If you receive too many notifications, like me, don't ring the bell. But take note, I post on Mondays and Wednesdays. Thank you so much for watching. This is 𝗫𝗫𝗃 wishing you a blessed day ahead.